Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now the offense getting set, 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Michael Strahan in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Now Sanders. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading them out will be the 3-time Super Bowl champion, the MVP of Super Bowl 29, the dynamic Steve Young.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
A 1st down throw for Young. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. A 2nd down throw for Young. Flush to his right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. 6-time Pro Bowler Calvin Johnson, the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, it's Young. Going deep here for Adelman. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, You'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals getting set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. And that's complete to Croft. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Lawrence Taylor coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done? Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. Showed the nice footwork and then hit and drop shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 8 yards to move him into a 3rd and 13 here.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? To Mixon on the check down. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
And that was a nice catch, and if the goal was to get into field goal range, it certainly appears that they accomplished that.
Well, and sometimes that's what you dial up in these situations, right, when you want 3?
Well, if the goal was to get into field goal territory, even though it'll be a long attempt, I think they accomplished that.
And sometimes you have plays for that. It's not always a first down. When you want 3, get a little bit closer, make it an easier shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to concede to the defense, and they know what you're trying to get done, and to try and get any more than that is almost folly. Take what you can get, maybe have an opportunity to put 3 points on the board.
They go play action here on 1st down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Michael Johnson able to drop him for a loss of 4. Young with the give to Sanders. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Tackle made that time by Michael Johnson. Young on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And now running right through it. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. 1 minute, 53 ticks left to go in this first half. Back to the booth right after this. Following the interception, Young. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Here's Steve Young. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. Antonio Gates, the veteran tight end, was the intended receiver, and it's third down. His first half struggles continue. He has yet to complete a pass. Hard to believe.
It is, because I don't see anything wrong with him physically. Maybe he's a little amped up to begin with. Would have thought he would have settled down by now. I think someone's got to get in his ear, got to be a psychologist a little bit, and get him back on track.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
On 1st and 10, Young. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, L.A. Antonio Gates, 60 yards. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Well, so much for a little 5-yard pass play to your tight end. They made him a deep ball threat there, and it worked out.
Times have changed, haven't they? Those used to be plays that we would clip and save because you didn't see it very often. Big tight end, deep downfield catching a pass. Now it's almost standard. That's a big part of everyone's offense. Get it to those guys because they're not just tight ends anymore. They're athletes.
Morton Anderson now for the extra point. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Two-yard line. Getting set to go again, Andy Dalton marches back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. It's second down. Dalton looking. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Play action now, Dalton. And this one is incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And now it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Here's Dalton. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And Bullock will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Spins by. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Anderson on for the extra point. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
A good pickup there, a 22. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
Gone! Detroit!
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Set! Blue 90! Detroit! Gone!
From the gun, Steve Young. And fights him off, being chased out left. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there, almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Chris Baker with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Hurry up, here we go! 3-19!
Young working out of the gun. Finds his target. It's Gates. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. Young. Jerry Rice open right side. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Young. That'll be caught by Rice. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Young looks to throw on first down. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Antonio Gates, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. To the left side here for Eifert. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Dalton, 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. 2nd and 10. Dalton once more. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him. That will be the final play. Welcome back live to Orlando. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. And able to find Green. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. In for the score. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Still first down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And boy, again, they won't get this off in time.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back them up 5.
Still first down.
Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Here's Young from the shotgun. He'll get this one off to Sanders. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
2nd down, Young. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Detroit. Detroit. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
1st down, Young. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Jerry Rice, 37 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now to try to add the extra point, the lefty Anderson. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Michael Strahan in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Time for a break. And this is going to be incomplete. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And running with power here. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They have the big cushion here in the final stages of this one. I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
Detroit! Detroit!
This is Sanders. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now they toss that wide to Sanders. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
They'll run with Barry Sanders. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! Six guards. Check 6 guards. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Switch. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Gun!
Now Young. And that is incomplete. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a booth, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend.